Here we go.
You're tuning in to Will Love Listen. Now listen.
Hey, Margaret Cho. It's a pleasure to speak with you again. You're one of my favorite interviews because I've been interviewing you for so long. So thank you for joining me today and on video too.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. So there's a lot to discuss. It's an election year, so I definitely want to get into that. But first, I want to discuss the tour. So the tour's been extended and, more dates keep on being added. And I know you're going to be doing a show in March here in Philly. So how are things going on this new tour, the Live and Livid tour?
It's been really exciting. I always love touring, and it's something that I haven't done to this capacity since before the pandemic. So it's a really big deal. And I think that what's so great is that people are really excited and energized to go out.
Yeah.
We just miss live entertainment. I know I do. So for me, it's a really special thing to be able to go back out and go do these shows. And it's such an important year to be political, especially for the queer community.
Yeah.
So the show is really talking a lot about protecting drag queens, just protecting drag as a constitutional right, as it's so important to me and to everyone. I think it's really important to this country. So that's a big part of the show. And, in an election year, that's really an important thing to really talk about. Our rights as the queer community is constantly doing battle with these incredibly disgusting attempts to silence us, to really legislate us out of existence, which is really scary. So it's a big deal, and I'm really grateful to be out on the road again talking about all this stuff.
Are you sort of surprised about this shift which has taken place? Because it seemed as though all things LGBT were becoming mainstream for a long time. And, you kind of felt like you could let your guard down as queer people. But now with all these new attacks, are you sort of shocked by it? I mean, I know I am because it just kind of seems as though, I didn't expect it to sort of go back in time the way it has.
Yes, I am shocked by it. And I think, but part of the reason it's happening is because we've achieved so much. There's been so much progress. There's been so much real acceptance in the mainstream community for the queer community and acknowledgement of not only our right to be here, but also, um, mass consumption of our art, our movies, our TV shows, our music, all of the stuff that make art great is really coming from queer artists.
Yeah.
And that's always been the case, but now it's much more apparent. We have a big part of the entertainment landscape. You know, Even things like when they're talking about questioning Taylor Swift's sexuality, whether or not that in itself is appropriate, it still just kind of shows the reach of, like, even somebody who is heterosexual artist like Taylor Swift, her impact on the queer community is so vast, and it's
Yeah.
vice versa. In a way, it's a lot like Madonna, who's more openly queer, I think, but so is Taylor. So it's a very, and then Beyonce, it's queer as you get, without without actually being queer herself. She's like, it's like this allyship that is on the level of more than an allyship. It's the mothership. It's like way beyond. So I love it. Like our hold on the entertainment industry, I think, is so threatening to conservatives because it sort of like edges out homophobia, it edges out hatred, it edges out uh, the weird sort of idea that heteronormative is normal, is the norm.
Yeah.
So I think the backlash of it is that we're getting a stronger
Presence.
presence of hatred, stronger presence of homophobia because they're threatened.
I think that, it's been, especially over the past 10 years, really, about 10 years, it's become much more mainstream. And that now we're seeing like the counter. It's sort of like it's become too mainstream for those who oppose it or do not feel comfortable with their sexuality. So now there are all these attacks because I feel like, for lack of a better word or statement, I feel like now the community has some power. So because we have more of an influence, we're more of a threat.
Right. And it's a very it's limited too because there really isn't any threat, but it kind of attacks this weird idea that somehow these outdated values of marriage between a man and a woman to to change that somehow threatens the idea of being a patriot or the idea of being American, which is such a weird concept anyway. It has nothing to do with each other, but they're trying to associate it where it doesn't exist.
Yeah, and also basically saying that you could sort of influence someone to become gay, bi, or lesbian. But
Yeah.
I mean, like, what if the other side of that coin is also, well, I don't want to be influenced to become straight. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, you know?
I know, but you can't influence anybody to be straight either. That's the thing is that what happens with sexuality is that it just exists and it's not really a matter of choice. It's really just this weird notion of what sexuality is or even what gender is.
Yeah,
So, I think these rights are worth fighting for. These rights for individuality, these rights for bodily autonomy, these rights for choosing our own path, being pro-choice across the board are really important and worth fighting for.
absolutely. And what are some, I mean, you could give as much away as you want, but I know when I've seen your tours, they're always evolving. Like I could see you twice in 1 year and the content almost changes entirely. Some of the subject matter will be the same, but the content changes entirely. And that's what I love, that you're always mixing it up. So what are some topics and, give as much away as you could with the 2024 dates on this tour?
Well, it's really recovering from COVID and what that's done to the Asian American community and how to feel like around all of that. Dealing with all of the hatred against the gay community, dealing with all of the weirdness around the possibility of people trying to elect Donald Trump again, which is so bizarre to me that he would even be a candidate. Like that's so weird. Um, so all of these things, and really also my own journey of aging, getting older, coming at this from I'm the youngest an old person can be. I just turned 55. So
Happy
that's
birthday.
thank you. That's a really weird change too. So it's about aging from an aging body, looking at all these things and a lot of talking about abortion rights and my own journey throughout abortion, which is really I think very important. So
Yeah.
a lot of that stuff is really it's very alive and very vibrant in my mind and in my personal like struggles with the way that politics are. So it's a big part of my shows.
Oh, I love that. I love that you integrate like your own personal story within everything. And
Thank
I
you.
find it funny that you're like, you identify as the youngest old person.
It's like the teenage old person. It's like the youngest of the oldest, which is cool.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Because you've always had like a youthful nature about like
Yeah.
yourself. I feel like you get it,
Hmm.
So, and not to go a little bit off topic, but I'm super into astrology. So you're a Capricorn?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. Okay. That's my
Yes.
rising sign.
Oh, okay. Cool. My rising, I'm right. Sagittarius rising as well. I'm double Sagittarius.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you like being on the go.
Yeah, but I also have like really now found a place of being at home too, like because I just toured for so long. This is like 40 years of touring. And during the pandemic was like the first time that I ever spent any real time at home. So I actually really love that too.
Nice, nice. I love it. I love my Saggies, especially in
Yeah.
the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
And I was reading, so you recently celebrated 7 years sober also.
Yes. Well, yeah, it's 7.5 years. Yes.
Congratulations on that. How has
Thank
that
you.
journey been?
Oh, it's the best. I mean, it's I mean, I can't compare it. I'm just so relieved, and it's a really wonderful thing. It's a really important thing. There are a lot of people in my life that are also sober, so it's a nice community that I have. It's all my friends, and so I'm very, very grateful.
What was the epiphany or trigger point or what have you in your life that made you realize, I just got to cut this out?
Oh, well, I mean, it was just, like, unbearable, and I've had a lot of different issues throughout my life. I've had an eating disorder, I've had, depression, I've had a lot of different kinds of battles with mental illness, and then so but alcoholism has really been a part of it from the beginning, and I think, it was just the cumulative effect of, like, all of this stuff coming to your head, and then, my people, who are very close to me really, alerting me to the problem, which I already knew there was a problem, but, it's like when it's just so unbearable, you can't even take it. So I'm just really grateful to the people in my life. I'm really grateful to the way that I live my life now because it's so much about, having a real sense of purpose and being really grounded, and I have a very strong meditation practice, which is a huge part of my life, so that's really important, lots of therapy, lots of, different kinds of therapy, and so that part of my life is really alive, and it just encourages the other part, which is stand-up comedy and my art and everything like that, so it's a very big deal.
What are some tips that you'd say to someone who's like trying to get sober and cut it out of their life? Like meditation is a good one, and therapy. I'm totally,
Yeah,
I'm into both personally.
yeah.
Like, are there
There's
any?
lots of ways. I love rehab. Rehab is so fun. It's really expensive, but if you can get like insurance to pay for it, or like if you can get some way in there, like it's really fabulous. Like I think that's amazing, but it's also not accessible for everyone. But it's just like mostly it's about questioning why you're doing something that's supposed to be fun and
Hmm,
you're not if you're not having fun.
yeah.
Like, it's always comes back to that and a really simple question, like, "Is this fun?" It's supposed to be fun, and if it's not, then to really look at why you keep doing it. So, that's, I think, the most important thing, like, when we look at alcohol or drugs or whatever, these things, or even process addictions, whatever that is, different people have different things like gambling or stuff like that. Like we're engaging in those activities because they're supposed to be relaxing and supposed to be entertaining and fun. But when they cease to be that, like why do you keep going back there? So that's the first question. And I think once you answer that for yourself, then that sort of leads you to where you might want to go.
But good advice. Good advice. And I agree with that. It's like you have to question sort of why you're doing something. And is it aiding or is it undercover? Right? I mean, or is it you
Yeah.
use other guys to like, cover something else that you don't want to deal with?
Right, it's so weird, like, what is it covering up? Like, what are we actually avoiding? Like, what are we trying to avoid in our life? And then, because when you sort of live for a while, you realize you can't really avoid anything, and you have to go through it.
Yeah, and I think that's the tough part with everyone, especially in like this digital society that we're in, where everything's all about like image and all these superficial topics that,
Mhm.
you never really hear people address publicly, at least, the deeper, more vulnerable subjects.
Yeah, it's very intense.
Is it hard being in the entertainment industry, or at least was it because and trying to be sober because you've been in the game for decades. So initially, at least, was it hard to become sober because, of all the parties and just the scene, the events and the scene as a whole?
Oh, no, but I don't the way that I drink, I don't do it to party. Like, and any of the things that I do, like drugs or whatever, I never did it to party. It was all, like, completely out of control, like, not and it was more like avoidance of the party. Like, when I go to parties, I get to be the life of the party because and I've always been, because
Yeah.
no, I'm not there to party, I'm not there to drink or whatever. I'm there to have fun, and that's like the different approach. So, the way that I go about my drinking. It's really solitary, which is dangerous, you know. So that's the part that I think is really different about me. So like when I go to parties, it's always really fun, or if like a work party or some kind of event, it's always really exciting and a reason to dress up and a fun thing to see. So that to me is never a concern.
That's good. That's really
Mhm.
good because it's
Yeah.
like, you're very grounded. So props to that because like, sometimes like I've spoken to, I'm always doing interviews and I remember one time a while back that topic came up and, some people could view like the whole LA Hollywood scene as sort of like tempting. But I like that you're like not rocked by anything.
No, because I mean, I guess it can be for sure, but also like I don't know, like I've been around Hollywood for such a long time that it doesn't really occur to me that this is where people are like actually partying or having fun, because I always like sort of looked at like these things as kind of more of an extension of a work event or
Yeah.
whatever. And so um it was always very different. But I think, yeah, people can definitely feel tempted, especially if it's sort of like you're in a sort of a glamorous night out and it's sort of the premiere and then there's champagne flowing. And I don't know. I just never engaged in that kind of stuff.
That's good. That's good. I like that you have your own like mindset. You're a leader, not a follower.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of that subject, are you going to, I know you're busy with the tour, but do you have any other projects in the works? Because I know you were filming a lot like television and movie projects when we had spoken a year ago.
Yes. So I have two different movies that I finished that are now sort of in post production. We just resumed post production because of the strike is
Yeah.
over. So that just started, which is really great. And so when that be able to complete those projects, and then I'm actually going back in the studio to finish my album that I of music of songs, which
Oh,
I'm really really thrilled about. So it'll be my first album for like with music for about 8 years. That's really cool. And I'll be starting that at the end of the month, and then I'll be doing a couple of preview shows for a play that I wrote, which we'll probably see. I'm just doing some initial first runs of it, and then it'll probably go out much in a much bigger way later in the year.
oh, that's amazing. Oh my, I want to
Yeah,
dive into both. So the first off,
yeah.
play. So what is the play about?
I play my mother. It's a one woman show starring my
Oh, I
mother.
love it.
It's really cool. So it's a really beautiful show that I wrote, and it's just her views on everything. And so that'll be, I guess it's kind of like Dame Edna, sort of. It's drag. It's like a drag show, but it's me and my mom.
Oh, that's so awesome. And the
Yeah,
stories that you've told over the years in your stand-up routine about your mother are hilarious.
thank you. So I'm really grateful to put it all in one show.
And the album, I'm a huge music buff. So for the magazine, like I'm always covering concerts and like reviewing them and like, interviewing artists. So I've always been a big music buff. I actually worked in radio for 8 years. It's like my jam. Um, so this album, you have to give me more. So,
Well, I love I've been working on it for a long time, and so the songs are like it's a much broader range of like instrumentation, and so the effect, it's like I love the Bangles also. Like I love, so it's my tribute to 90s Bangles. Like I want to have like a record that's like the Bangles, and then but like kind of before Manic Monday, before Walk Like an Egyptian, like it's like going down to Liverpool, like that kind of era stuff.
yeah.
So I'm really excited, and just putting some vocals on, and it's an album that I've been working on for a long time, over time. So it's really really great to get back to it.
Oh, that's awesome. What's the nature of it, like lyrically?
It's very like 90s paisley underground. So 90s does the 60s, which is a very specific kind of a genre. I mean, it's very like, um, what I could say it's a little bit like is like the band Jellyfish, which is one of my favorite bands, but it's kind of um very that kind of psychedelia. I'm working with one of the members of Four Non Blondes, so it's Roger Rocha, and he and I've been working together on this for since 2014. So it's a long time coming.
Oh, that's gonna be great. I can't wait till that drops. Do you
Yeah,
know roughly what's when this year that'll come out?
hopefully soon. I don't know. I mean, everything's done. Like the done. We have to finish just the recording, and then I'm just putting. I've written all of the songs, so it's just like a recording process thing.
Oh, that's great. I'm so like
Yeah,
hyped for that. Cause
yeah,
I've loved like when you've put out, I'm still a big CD fan, even though I'm still stuck in 2010. So but I had like your CDs for that you used to put out for some of your stand-up shows, and I love them. So now we're actually getting music. So
yeah, yeah.
I'm so pumped.
Exciting. Yeah,
You have your hands full. Dare I ask
yeah.
you
Good.
anything else?
Well, my cat has a urinary tract infection, so that's been the worst 2 days
Oh my God.
dealing
That's
with at
pain.
the vet. The worst because I've had them. I hate, and I'm like, oh, I feel you so much. I have these, and I hate them.
I know.
So
I have too. That's the worst pain ever. And
the
I've
worst.
yeah, and I that's so funny you say that. I literally take cranberry supplements because of
Oh yeah, yeah.
that.
Those are good. I mean, I don't think they would help him. He just got like a painkiller and he got antibiotics at the vet, so he'll be okay. But it was really just distressing.
Wow. Well, I hope your cat feels better. Ouch.
Thank you.
How many pets do you have? Because I know you're like a
I have I'm a big animal person. I have 3 cats and 1 dog.
nice. And they get
Yes.
along.
Yes. Yes. Very well.
Oh, I love that. Growing up, it's so funny. Growing up, like my family had two black cats and a Yorkie, and
Mm.
no one ever thinks like cats and dogs get along, but they got along extremely well.
Yeah, they do, especially if they're all kind of the same size, or if the cats are a little bigger, then it's very, equal, you know, but yeah, they're all good friends.
I love that. So we discussed a lot.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the shows. It's so funny. Every time, and I've spoken about this last interview we did in the podcast version.
That's so sweet.
Um, that years ago when I first interviewed you, like when I just started, I think it was like an intern for the magazine at the time. I had remixed your stand-up and made like a song out of it. Like it was all raunchy clips of your stand-up set to like a sped up version of like a T-Pain instrumental.
Oh my
And
god, that's
I've
amazing.
been meaning to tell you about this every time I interview, and I always forget. And I'm
I
always
love it.
yeah, I have to send you the link because it's been on YouTube for like over a decade.
Amazing.
But it's
Yeah,
funny.
I
It
love
was
it.
it was from like the Cho Dependent ever, and you were talking about like your night at like a sex club, and like halfway through you wanted to like leave and it was
Oh,
it's
yeah, I
yeah.
love it. Thank you. I love it. I can't wait to hear it.
So and I'm assuming more dates are going to be added, of course, as the year goes on.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
I'm excited. And you're touching on a lot of important topics, which, especially today, is more important than ever. Um,
Yes.
so is there anything else that you would like to touch upon, promote, or address?
No, I want people to come to the show. It's gonna be really amazing. I'm really, really grateful to be able to do it, and, I'll be adding more dates later.
Perfect. So everyone check that out for sure. I know I'm probably, unless the New Jersey show pops up before then, I'll probably be at Philly. So hopefully we could snag like a photo and stuff backstage.
Fabulous. I love
Which,
it, yes.
by the way, speaking of which, when I was at your show last year, I know you had Daniel Webb as the opener. And
Yes.
you know, it's so funny. When we were all together, I had met, who I never met before, Daniel Ryan Spalding.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, and then I started following him and I'm like, oh, he's pretty funny and he's doing well now. So
Yeah.
Who, do you know which openers you're gonna have?
It'll be Daniel Webb.
Oh, Daniel Webb. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
That'll be fun. Yeah, he was good when I
yeah,
saw you guys in Montclair.
yeah. He's great.
So that'll be fun. So everyone,
Yeah,
check that out. I'm looking forward to seeing you in March, and I'm super pumped for the album. So please keep
yeah.
us posted with that.
I will for sure.
All right. Thank you. Real quick photo.
Thank you.
Smile. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You
Kisses.
Thanks,
too.
Mom.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Bye, Ken. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.